Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be the top 10 kinetic weapons to lock down before Witch Queen. Alright, let's hop into it. Alright, the first weapon on this list is going to be Extraordinary Rendition. This weapon is obtainable from Season of the Hunt Ingrams. It is arguably the best weapon that came from the season. And it is the best easy game primary in the general game. 750 RPM SMGs are the dominant SMG. They have the right balance between range, damage output, and RPM. 900s have too close of range to be usable in any game content, and those 600s have more range than 750s. They don't have the damage output to meet it, and if you're just going to use a 600 RPM SMG, you're probably better off just using a 600 RPM auto in most cases, because the autos are just going to have that little bit more range on the SMGs. That is, as you can see here on the screen, the god roll, in my opinion, for Extraordinary Rendition is Overflow Rampage. The roll you're seeing in front of you is Surplus Rampage. It's not bad, but it's okay. My personal god roll is Overflow Rampage. Overflow is going to give you about a double magazine size when you run over some special ammo, so you're going to have about 60 bullets in your mag. You're basically going to never have to reload if you're on a appended mag. And then Rampage is obviously pretty simple. Get kills, get extra damage. In endgame content, you could warrant Frenzy or One For All. I don't personally like One For All. I did it first when it first came out with Season of the Chosen. However, more recently, I have fallen off from it because it requires you to do a behavior that most people aren't going to do, which is just remember just to hit the enemies and not kill the ones in front of you. Which in GM content is quite good, but in regular content is kind of weird to do, and your gun should be good outside of GM content as well for AdClaire. So that's why I say Rampage or Frenzy. Frenzy Overflow is probably amazing. I haven't seen one with Frenzy Overflow, but if you get one with Frenzy and Overflow, it's probably one of the best. Probably like be insane because you'll always have Frenzy up. And I'll talk about Frenzy in a different video, but that is it for Extraordinary Rendition. I'm going to hop in now to the next weapon on our list. Alright, the next weapon on our list is going to be a Kinetic Explosive Head Bow, especially as we head into another Champion mod bow season. Bows with Explosive Head are, in my opinion, the best way to run a bow. It gives them a flat 11% buff on that precision hit, or a 15% buff on a non-precision hit. And that 15% bonus just makes everything super easy to kill. It'll one-shot most miners, even in like really hard underlight content. It'll one-shot most miners if you precision them in regular content. It creates a weapon that is consistent, does a lot of damage, and is also good at dealing with whatever type of champions we need to deal with. This season obviously is Overload. Next season we know we're getting a barrier bow, and we'll see how that is. More than likely it'll probably just be Scout. But you should have a Kinetic bow with explosive payload. There's 2 in the game to get: Fighting Winds from Europa, and Occurred Redemption from the first encounter of Garden Salvation, which in my opinion is the better choice. Alright, that's it for this. We're going to head into the next weapon now. Alright, next weapon on our list is going to be Peace Bond. Peace Bond is the Iron Banner 3-round burst stasis sidearm. This sidearm is, in my opinion, part of the meta simply because it rolls Headstone. We don't know what the other unstop is going to be yet next season. We always get 2 of every mod most seasons, and they're not going to force us to run the glaives for unstop in everything, so we'll probably have 2 unstops again. So you need either a sidearm or a pulse or a hand cannon to be ready for unstop. And I think if we have hand cannon or sidearm, I think they're better than pulse rifles are right now. These sidearms have range similar to most hand cannons in the game. But that being said, my personal god roll on this gun is headstone and subsistence. Subsistence on these guns is actually gross. You basically never have to reload. And then headstone is a good perk and then an amazing perk if you run it with stasis and use the right mods, as I have discussed in other videos, to make the headstone crystal do insane damage. This is a gun you should lock down. We have 1 more Iron Band of the season, right at the end of the season, literally the last week. So I would please make sure you lock down a good headstone peace bond before we get to Witch Queen. Alright, that's it for the 3rd weapon on our list. We're going to go ahead and head over to the next weapon on our list. Alright. Alright, we're going to hop out of the legendary weapons for a minute. We're going to hop over to our first exotic weapon. Our first exotic weapon in the kinetic slot that I think everybody should have for Witch Queen is Agers Scepter. We know for a fact Bungie is not afraid to give us legendary trace rifles. This means at some point we are going to get trace rifle mods for camping. When we do, trace rifles are going to be needed because they're gonna probably be the best choice for whatever champion we need to use them for. In my opinion, this is the best trace rifle in the game. What you can do with it to ad clear with it is insane. You can freeze entire rooms off of killing 1 ad, and then if you use it with something like Mantle Battle Harmony on stasis and create this build where you basically always have the ability to have the supercharged version of this gun up, you have one of the best guns in the game. It is really, really good. It's the only trace rifle I'll ever use, but it's insane how good it is. That is really it for it. But I think it's definitely something everybody needs to lock down and get catalyst before Witch Queen. Alright, next weapon. Alright, next weapon on our list is a kinetic blind grenade launcher. In my opinion, Pardon Our Dust is the best choice. But if you have a blinding grenade launcher ignition code is just as good, but I think Pardon Our Dust is better because Pardon Our Dust will auto-loading holster, and kind of the gameplay loop you're supposed to do with a blinding grenade launcher is you shoot into a group of ads near you, you blind them, you switch to your primary, you kill all of them, you switch back out, you blind the next group. Auto-loading holster works really well with what you're supposed to kind of do with blinding grenades in hard content. Blinding grenades in general are just insane. You're going to need them on a day 1 raid. You might need them in a kinetic slot. Let's go ahead and lock them down. Partner Dust is farmed from Days of Eternity, and Ignition Code is farmed from Splicer. I would lock down a Partner Dust. That is it for weapon number 6. 5. Alright. Alright, everybody. We're on to the next weapon on our list, and that is Night Watch. Night Watch is a kinetic 200 RPM scout rifle you get from Gunsmith turn-ins. Everybody has to turn their gunsmith materials, so I figured I'd go ahead and throw on this weapon. Also, you get a free one from doing the first 3 parts of the new light quest. You get a really, really good one, an overflow explosive payload. The god roll for this gun is rapid hit explosive payload. Explosive payload, as I said on bows, is a 11% buff to precision damage, a 15% buff to non-precision damage. And having that buff at all times, no matter where you are, makes these feel really good in endgame content. They feel kind of crappy still in easy content, But in endgame content, where everything feels crappy, at least these feel decent. I think we need Scout Buff still in regular PvE, but it's at least a start. I would lock this gun down. We know we're getting any barrier scout. This gun 2 seasons ago did serious work for me in the anti-barrier scout season. Lock one down, get one ready. That's all I really have to say for it. It's a workhorse. It rips barriers. It melts ads if you just work on them. It's great. Lock one down. Alright. We have our next primary on our list. And this is a primary that I don't know if I can speak highly enough of. It is Vapranger, the legendary Kinetic hand cannon from the Vault of Glass raid. Its god roll is unique to it. It's the only gun in the game that can roll these two perks together, and I wish more guns could do it, especially more single shot guns. Explosive Payload Frenzy is like having a 26% damage buff at all times, unless you're hitting body shots, then that's a 35% damage buff. No, a 30% damage buff at all times. You are literally sitting on 30% damage, basically Rampage times 3 at all times, as long as you're hitting shots and taking damage. You have close to outlaw reload speed without even running a hand cannon loader. You don't have to be super precise. You can just body shot everything and you one shot most of it. It's got a good magazine size with a padded attack mag at 11 or 12. There's not enough I can say about this gun. This gun is, it's a workhorse. Like, you put it in any content in the game and you need ad clear from a primary weapon, this gun will do it. It will not fail you. It will clear everything and anything. It's truly amazing at how good it actually is as a primary. It also, if you get an explosive payload kill, it'll proc explosive Wellmaker, which works with a whole bunch of builds of mine, and will work in the future for becoming charged with light and stuff. This gun is probably the best kinetic primary in the game. The last two weapons on our list are not primaries because the next two kinetic weapons are just that good. Next three, sorry, are just that good. That is all I really have to say for this gun. I'm gonna let the last couple, like 30 seconds of gameplay of this gun play out. I really cannot express to you how good this gun actually is at its job. It's a workhorse. It really is. It's probably going to be my top primary heading into day one of Witch Queen and into the day one raid. Like, it'll be my #1 used primary. But that's it. We're going to go ahead and head into the next 3 weapons on our list. Alright, next up is this Nug's Burden. That's all I have to say for it. That should be your answer. Alright, next up on our list is Heritage. Heritage is the Kinetic Slug Shotgun from the Deepstone Crypt raid. Heritage rolls a unique perk combination of Reconstruction Recombination. Recombination is a stacking buff that gives you a buff when you get energy weapon kills. That buff is more than 10 times total damage. If you don't miss or get stomped back by a boss, you're gonna hit in the 100,000s for your shot. Slug shotguns are coming back to the meta. Please get this one. It's from DSC. Please get it. It's amazing. Please get it. It's gonna be a top DPS monster, so please have it locked down before Witch Queen. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, and the last weapon on our list today is going to be weatherhorn. Weatherhorn is a Kinetic exotic GL that shoots a take and blight on the ground and has auto-loading holster. If you place Catalyst, please do so. Catalyst makes the gun. So please lock down Sense Catalyst. It is an add clear everything. It can melt majors. It is extremely helpful when we have to use weaker primaries for ad clear. It can help with burning champions when you're by yourself. If you're in a raid encounter where your whole goal is mostly to use your heavy weapon as your DPS, especially if you're using a legendary heavy weapon, which a lot of us have been recently, Weatherhorn is good at helping with your ad clear, helping with your majors, a little bit of boss damage. There's nothing bad this gun does. It's why it's top of this list. It's why I think everybody should have it, and it's Catalyst. There's nothing bad this gun does. It's never a bad choice having Weatherhorn on. It really isn't. That's all I have to say for it, and that'll be it for the video. I hope everybody has enjoyed. These are the top 10 weapons I would personally lock down before Witch Queen. Make sure you have them, make sure you have their god rolls, and I will talk to all of you on Monday for a new video. That'll be it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and please do subscribe on Monday. Thank you. Bye-bye.